Hey, here we are. I didn't even put my mic in front of me yet. I forgot it was Sunday. And Sally, once again, is not saying anything. It's
Oh
your
my
show.
goodness.
It's your show. You speak.
Okay, so anyhow, hello everybody, and welcome to our favorite hour of the week, right here with our YouTube friends on Psychic Sundays Live. Ask your question early. Make sure you put a question mark behind it so that the producer can see it. I would like to announce a few things. First off, I am putting together a runes class, which does include making your own runes right in St. Mary's. Also, I will be appearing at the Sunset Market on July 21st, I think it is. I'll have to get back again. That's the next to the last. Yes. Yeah, the 21st.
Which is a Monday.
Oh, wait.
The third Saturday is what you're talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which is the 19th.
The
which is
19th.
What I've been telling you for days now.
The 19th. Okay, so we both have problem with time, but his is in minutes and mine apparently is in days. But July 19th, I will be at the Sunset Market.
Stop shuffling.
We'll be at Sunset Market in Stratford at the Army Navy. I'll be one of the first tents, first, second, or third, something like that. And I will be offering rune readings. My market special will be 15-minute rune readings for $45. So I hope to see you there. And I hope everybody had a wonderful week. And who do we have first?
Up first, we've got Michelle Weber. Do my spirit guides have anything they want me to know?
Okay. Well, hi, Michelle, and thank you for asking. And let's see what your spirit guides want to say. Okay. It's funny. One of the first images I got, Michelle, was just a bunch of different kind of animals. And then the sentence about you being part of a zoo, kind of. So I think that you are surrounded by all kinds of different characters. Okay, but let's see what your spirit guides want you to know. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups reversed, and cups we know mean happiness. They're water related. We have the Pentacle, the Four of Pentacles reversed, and then we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So first off, you guys are saying that you do have some changes over money. Some of the news that you're waiting for is going to come through. And it looks like you've been waiting to hear a very long time, because you're going to have to decide. First off, it's not going to be quite as much as you want. And you're going to have to decide the distribution of those funds pretty fast. I see that in the Four and the Seven of Pentacles. And, of course, they're reversed. And then I have the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is reversed, but it's just such a joyous card. It's about completion and happiness. And so it tells me that you haven't quite reached your completion yet. But I think you are coming into a more moneyed phase. Not like $1 million bills dropping on you, but a few more dollars coming your way that you can distribute well.
And next we have Crescent, who's only looking for good news.
Oh, I wish life worked that way, Chris.
And soon.
Okay.
Best of luck with that, Crescent.
Okay. Let's. How about this? We'll look and see how you can best use what the universe is giving you. All right.
No. You flip 3 cards. If there's not good news, then we move on.
Okay. The producer has spoken. Let's see. Even if it's devil, I'm going to say it's good news. Did I roll my eyes?
Yeah. The entire Earth spun an extra rotation.
Okay, so it does look like your guides are well, this is looking for good news, and it does seem like things have been kind of frayed lately, and you haven't got quite as much money as you were hoping for. But the good news is, and I know it's not absolutely the news you want, but the good news is that everything is going to stabilize. So things aren't going to go down any further. And once they stabilize, of course, then you are in a position to move forward. All right. Best news I could give you. Okay.
So, Jasmine, the first question on my screen is Michelle's. I guess maybe my system didn't pick up some of the early questions.
Okay.
That's a possibility. Just type them in again. That's all I can tell you right now.
Okay.
Rebel Wind.
Rebel Wind.
He sent me a loving text a month after the breakup. Maybe he didn't like my reply because he didn't follow up. Is there a question for us in there, Rebel?
Okay.
Well, there's no question there for us. Just information.
Okay, Rebel Wind, just can you clarify the question a little bit? So just ask it again.
Next, we have Nabby. My question is, the money I'm owed from my previous work job, will I get it back? Is there a possible time frame? Oh, employer's ripping you off. That sucks. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can get that money.
It's one of those times when you just wish a liar's pants would actually catch fire. Okay, so let's see. When will you get your money? Oh yeah, they've already put you through a few loopholes. You have to do this, you have to do that. Yeah, you're right. They are trying to rip you off. Okay, so it does show them kind of, for lack of a better term, it's kind of jerking you around. And right dead center, you've got the Knight of Swords. And I think that's the owner, either the owner or the manager, who is real ill-tempered and for some reason has sort of has it in for you. But it does look that before the end of summer, because this has got, like the flowers are still there, but there's fruit on the trees. So that tells me that we're probably looking around September, and you will get it, and you will get the full amount. So whoever you've got helping you with it, they're going to come through for you.
Excellent. Good news there, Nabby.
Yeah.
Okay, Speak Knowledge is next. A love reading using the runes.
Okay. And remember, if you want a 15-minute rune reading, you got to come to the Sunset Market on July 19th, 5 to 9. All right. So, a love reading. All right, here we go. All right, overall, first off, you have Kin. So that's Ingoose, and you have Harvest, which is Jera. And so for the first thing in love is that it's kind of a karmic thing. You've got to clear up some family stuff. Clear the shelves there just to make a little more room in your life, and to get the karma moving a bit, because I think you might be at a stagnant point. It wouldn't surprise me if one of these three are either Thorazaz or Issa. Thorazaz. Gabu, good. And Gallus. All right, so yeah, love hasn't been going too well for you, but I think it gets right back to that family thing. It kind of puts a little cloud in your karma, and it just, the energies are wrong. So whatever you need to resolve within your family, whoever you need to either make up with, or whoever you need to kind of put definite barriers in place, It just feels like you gotta take care of that. And as soon as you take care of that, love will come through really quick. Because this right here is Gabu. And that means gift. And so that brings you, serendipity, a reward. And when you see it coming to you like that, it does mean that love is going to come your way. But they're saying pretty strong, you got to take care of, and I get the feeling like when I go like this, I get the word backstabber. Just saying. And, but, by the fall, you should have something coming in for you. Yeah. Clear this up. Clear this up, and you'll clear away stagnation, and blessings will come your way. I see that in Algiz. And Pertho, the well of Ymir. Pertho is also sometimes called dice cup, but it also means, things that you don't really see coming. So I know I'm steering you in one direction to make something happen over here, but that's how things happen. And last but not least, Urus, the wild ox, and that's strong, healthy, solid. So you will find something solid. The thing that's holding you back is that little bit of unpleasantness there. Okay, thank you for asking.
Next, we have Ladybug, who wants to know what they need to do to save and recover their relationship.
Oh boy, Ladybug. I'm not a big one on reviving dead relationships. So let's see. Let's see what the well, I have the runes in my hand, so I'm going to ask the runes. Okay, so Ladybug wants to know about relationship. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, you can see that one. So the first two ones that you have coming up, and it talks about the relationship, is it's weird because I feel like the thing that's really put the kibosh on it, really, just like froze it in place, is something to do with the baby. So whether he wants a baby and you don't, or the other way around, it feels like that needs to be resolved. Does say you're in a good position. It does indicate that, I see Ingo's like that, and that. Okay, so you are in a good position. You are strong. And, lean on your family a little bit. And, I don't mean give them ask them for advice or anything. Just spend a little bit more time around them or chit chat just to make you feel a little bit more normal and supported. Because as things, as you do work on resolving this, you're actually going to feel a little whiplash or jet lag, just from the back and forth. Again, got this thing about a baby. It's, yeah, you guys have to resolve that particular one. All right, and I'm not sure I like the way it's like the past coming back to haunt you. So I think there's a cycle within your relationship. And I don't know quite what it is, but it's toxic. And it's almost like it's something you guys talk around instead of facing head on. And I wonder if it's one or the other's family members is creating trouble in the relationship. But whatever this toxin is in the relationship, you have to remove that in order to heal the relationship. Okay.
Well, moving on to Braveheart.
Hi, Braveheart.
Is TB a friend or possible relationship interest?
Ruh-roh. Says the guy that's been friend zoned. Oh no. Let's see, Braveheart. Let's see. It's a TB?
Yep.
Like tuberculosis?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Nobody heard me say that.
Nope.
All right, so Braveheart. Friend or foe?
Alexa, turn off the air conditioner.
Oh, that kind of worries me a little bit. there's potential here, but I worry about the money thing with her. I think she might be a bit of a spendthrift. So it's like kind of have to watch out. You have to be the one to control and say no and watch the money. Definitely has potential. The only flaw that they can find is that she may end up spending all your money.
Check her credit score. Per love. Hello, Sally. Is he angry with me or something? Why has he built up a wall?
Okay, so why has he built up a wall? What's going on there? Okay. Per love. Interesting. The first thing I get is the Nine of Cups, but you were asking about him. And it's kind of like, I don't think he really knows what he wants. And he's afraid of the relationship. So he doesn't want to stay. He doesn't want to go. And there's something surrounding all that indecision. And this High Priestess here says, you know, like whatever your gut's telling you, you know. My gut's telling me that he is not angry. You know, it's kind of like he's... It's sort of like he's not sure whether he wants to stay or go. That's the best way I could put it. And that's why he's putting up a wall. Because he's not ready to think about forever. And I think their relationship has just gotten a little too real and freaked him out.
Yeah, well, that happens when you're young.
Yeah.
Next, we have Naz, who's looking for a general reading of the week. Well, let's see what you need to know right now, Naz.
Okay, so what does Naz need to know for this week? All right. Let's see what kind of shoulder tap you get from your guides this week. Okay, so you have the Fool reversed, the Nine of Wands, dead center, and the Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, so your guides are kind of scolding you here, Naz, because they're saying that you're staying in one place worrying about someone. It's kind of like this is a story that you feel is 90% done. But somehow you're hanging on, but you're hanging on to something that causes you a lot of anxiety. And your guides are saying, let go, rip off the Band-Aid, let go, and hit the road. What they had to say.
Melons Maloney's looking for a new job.
Hey, Melons. Okay, Melons Maloney, a new job. What's the job situation for her? Okay. Okay. Actually, I would say yes. There is a new job coming your way, but they're talking more about what's going on around you. Because apparently where you're at right now is really undermining your confidence. And so, yeah, it's just saying, be careful not to walk into a new workplace with an old chip on your shoulder. Because right now you're dealing with some pretty toxic stuff that you just soon put behind you. And that's okay. It's almost like it's almost like you find a new job just when you're on the brink, or maybe already have been laid off, quit, fired, something like that. It's almost like somehow life is going to force you to let go of your existing job. And as soon as you let go of your existing job, a new one comes your way. And it's a new one that's got more teamwork and a better attitude toward its employees. It's one who you'll find a place with management that celebrates its employees instead of whatever it is you want to call what your employer does. Okay.
Next, we got Pockets Empty 89. Will I like boxing or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu more? I'm trying to get into shape. No, it sounds more like you're trying to get beat up.
Well, I took jiu-jitsu when I was younger. Let's see. Boxing or jiu-jitsu? What do we see here? Well, I can see the first thing to say is, you're in love with doing something active to get into shape. But the way the lovers are, it says you can't choose both.
What, being active and getting into shape, or...
No, you can't choose both boxing and jiu-jitsu.
Well, that's why
or something else he's doing, and it makes me wonder, what you're doing right now, because it's kind of like it's saying you can only do one thing. You have judgment here, and I notice that you have 2 archangels here, so the angels are watching over you, and I think you'll do well no matter where you're at. And anybody who's screaming out there, but they're upside down, yes, but they're also major arcana cards, and I just have a good feeling about this. Let's see what else we see. Third, it's sort of like when I see that third major arcana card and it's reversed, it's telling me that whatever you do, one or the other, just make up your mind and get to it. It's almost like you're sitting in a state of indecision when all you have to do is get active. So one or the other is fine. Either one is fine. Your guide's just saying, hey, man, sign up for one and go for it.
Well, Pockets Empty 89, I'm sorry to say I didn't answer your question.
Well, one's just as good as the other. The problem is he's not making up his mind.
Which one will he like more? That was the question.
Well, you like jiu-jitsu more. It's a lot more fun than getting punched in the nose.
Okay, slow and easy. Is there anything Spirit wants me to know? It's behind you.
I hope everybody heard that. Okay. What does Spirit want? Slow and easy. First thing Spirit says is you manage to find clarity in the midst of confusion. Don't lose that. Oh yeah. It's kind of like keep your focus and don't forget where you're headed for. Because what you're headed for becomes very nice in about 3 months. Now, that's not very nice now, but yeah. Spirit kind of likes what you're headed toward. Have a little faith.
Okay. Well, how about we do something different? And once again, it's time for doing another pick a card. Sally has already shuffled her cards because it's Sunday night and we're in the middle of a live show. And this pick a card is for the week starting June 30th, 2025.
Last day of June. So which card do you like? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Okay. Did you pick card number 1? Well, then your tarot card for this week is a Hierophant, sometimes called the Pope. But it talks about rules and regulations. And he shows up being very fair, very well aspected here. One thing it tells me is that you do have helpers around you. So this week you won't have to do anything alone. But there's kind of this thing saying, but this week, follow the straight and narrow, follow the rules and regulations. So don't try and get away with anything this week. But I think as long as you stay right to the middle of the road, you should find this week somewhat blessed. It's a little being blessed. Okay. Did you pick number 2? Oh. Card number 2 is the 6 of Cups. That's the 6 of Cups reversed. And when I see this, the thing about the 6 of Cups, it's about nostalgia. It's about looking behind you, about looking to the past. And so, yes, you could probably find something or someone very pleasant in the past. But I think this card more says, try not living in the past. If you're just looking in the rearview mirror, you're not going to see what's ahead of you. So if you want to keep your happiness, don't go to your childhood to get it. Just pay attention to what's going on in front of you. And you should find happiness. Okay, did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, oh boy. This week, you have the Lovers. You have the Archangel Raphael looking over you. And this is a week that's about balance and partners. Love should go well for you. So this is a good week to reach out to a special someone that you haven't talked to in a while, or maybe not at all. If there's somebody that you want to talk to or bring into your life, this is a week to do it. Okay, and thank you very much for watching another episode of Pick a Card.
Yeah, we're back. Blue Snapper. Looking for guidance for the week.
All right. Okay, Blue Snapper. Got your guidance for the week is... Okay, what the cards are telling me is that this is not a week to count on wishing and hoping and praying. Whatever situation you are in, whatever kind of frustration you have in your life, it's sort of like you're not seeing the road ahead. All you have to do is put one foot in front of the other. One step at a time will get you out of an unfavorable relationship that's around you. And it's kind of like you know that there's an open door, but you really don't want to see it. And your guides think that you should not only see it, you should go through it. There's a King of Wands who's a strong influence in your life, but he's reversed. And so I see him as a fiery king, maybe a bit overconfident, but I feel like he might be not good for you. Or your guides feel like he might not be good for you. So think about who you let into your life this week. Okay.
Coconut trees next. Sorry.
Okay, and Coconut Tree says, hi. May I ask what his current disposition towards me is? Okay. Current disposition. Oops. Yeah, you know, you're right to ask because it seems like he's in should I stay or should I go mode. Yeah, because he doesn't feel like he doesn't feel like he's got support or understanding that he needs. He does love you, but again, he just doesn't feel supported or understood. So he kind of questions your motives. Yeah, he questions your motives. And as much as he wants to stay with you, he wonders if it's good for him. So just think about that. Okay.
And O'Neill's looking for guidance for the week ahead.
Hi, O'Neill. And welcome back. Okay. And for O'Neill, the cards say, you know, the cards, first off, they sent me the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is a fiery king. He's super confident. And it feels like saying, you know, O'Neill, you need to retake control and, you know, bring out your confidence a little bit more. So what's yours is yours and say so. Yeah. And you have the Magician. And even though he's reversed, this is telling me that you have the power to manifest whatever you want in life. It just feels like for some reason you're not doing it. You seem to have very nice dreams and very nice hopes and very nice plans. Again, this is time for you to get into the manifestation point. So don't just think about it, do it. Okay, who's next?
Livia Vergara.
Oh, hello, hello.
Okay, so it's her birthday month and she wants a rune reading.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday. Let's come to our moon child. All right, so first off, it does look like you'll be doing a little bit of traveling. I see Rytho, the wagon right here. I also see Fayhue, which tells me that you know, it just feels like you're a little bit more solid in your position. You've got some what's the word I'm thinking of? You have some additional stability, more guarantees about the future coming your way. It does look like you are on a successful path and that you're strong. It says you have, like, here's your this is Wunjo, which is victory or success, and this is Kinaz, which is torch. So that brings fire to it. So it says, you know, you just keep on going like you're going right now. And Uruz, which is a wild ox, very strong, confident, and stubborn. And it looks like they wait until here to mention somebody in your life. Okay, and so it does look like relationships are a special gift. They are a special gift this month. Please don't forget your birth control. I see that right there in Nothus and Pertho. So it's like, think about the future, or you might get pregnant, or there might be a pregnancy kind of thing. Okay.
And next we have Sean G, who's also looking for guidance.
All right. Let's see what cards that say. Gonna spin there and. All right. Sean G. Sean G. Looks like some of the obstacles in front of you are kind of falling away. So that means that you can make progress in areas that you haven't been able to make progress for months. Yeah. Okay, and it does look like you'll be given a choice. Do you stay where you make a lot of money? You know, it just feels like you'll be given kind of a stay or go. So you have options coming up for you. And the Eight of Cups talks about, if you know, follow your heart. This is basically what this card's saying. You know, the money isn't always important. Those gold cups aren't always important. But it is important for you to know your own hopes and dreams and follow them. So make sure you're on the path that brings you happiness. Money will follow. And right here you have justice, which is the scales of justice in the balance. And I think this is the universe's way of reminding you that you do not have bad karma at all. So I think that you've been the one to, do little favors here and there, and that's going to come back to you in a good way. So continue to pay it forward. Okay, so let's see who we have next. Okay, Ladybug.
Janice Kath. What's coming next for me in love?
Ooh, love. Well, okay, so what's coming in love? Yeah, something new there. Okay, so I worry that these cards are reversed, but they are really good cards. Like the magician talks about manifestation and making things happen. And I think that you've already done what you need to do to put it out to the universe or whatever, asking for love. Somebody is coming your way, and coming your way soon. And this is something he might not be solid right now, but very noble of heart and courageous. And this is somebody that's going places. So don't worry that he might be on the bottom rung of the ladder. He'll climb his way up pretty fast. So there is somebody coming to you who with whom you can build a future. And the cards do say that's who you were asking for.
Virgo Lilith 9. Will I have transportation and room for my exam? It's in 3 weeks.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I got a good feeling about that. So let's see what the cards have to say. The Wheel of Fortune, but the Wheel of Fortune reversed, so it hasn't been easy for you. Oh, but there you go. You've got the Page of Cups, and that's you. So yes, you will have it. You'll get exactly what you need. It might not be the transportation you want. It's not a limo, but you'll get it. You must be a Virgo. You are such a perfectionist. Because the cards say you're going to do fairly well on the exam, but you're going to be mad because you weren't perfect. Classic Virgo, right?
Next, we have 80s love. I keep wondering why my boyfriend, who was so invested with me, disappeared from the relationship.
Oh, you don't need that. Well, let's see. Let's see. 80s love. Big hair. Lots of hairspray. I think there were even people that were putting pledge in their hair. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so these cards just fell out. Just like this. He's playing games. He's playing games. So he will come back. And he'll come back like nothing's happened. And I think that you guys have been down this road before. Because this Six of Cups right here says, you know, it's going to keep coming over and over and over and over again. And I just don't like the feeling that I get from him. It feels like he wants to control the situation. And this is his way of keeping you on the hook. One of those kind of guys. Like I said, you don't need that.
Welcome back, Menafsha. What can the cards pick up on M and his feelings / intentions towards me?
Oh, Benafsha. Benafsha found a new potential. Let's see about the mysterious M.
Dorella, it's about 2 hours.
You know, you're right about asking. Because I think that there is going to come a time when he's going to be, and it's coming in the not too distant future, where he's going to be trying to decide between you and I think his previous girlfriend. And I don't think that he's actually cut the cord yet. And so, yeah, he knows he has to make a decision. He just hasn't made it yet.
Lazy bugger.
I know.
Sorry. Jeez. That fan's just blowing right dust at me.
No, I turn it in the other direction.
Rebel Wind came back and clarified her question. He sent me a loving text a month after the breakup, but there was no follow-up. What is he plotting?
I know I'm going to do that. I know what it is.
Rebel Wind, what makes you think he's plotting anything? Because what I'm picking up, he's just moved on, emotionally and physically.
Yeah, it wasn't really a loving thing.
I get the feeling that text was more closure for him.
Well, yeah, and you know, I feel like it's almost like it was a booty call. And you know, it's like even the cards are saying, yeah, you're pretty sad about him leaving, and he knows it. But also know that somebody much better is coming your way. Right there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now back to Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Just got an approved for an apartment in New Westminster. Is it in my interest to accept it? Very best interest to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what? You didn't let that one fall out?
Nope.
Oh.
They can just behave. Okay. Patricia. And her new apartment in New Westminster. Okay, so Yeah, you weren't sure about the money that one cost. And you're wondering if you made a bad decision. Nope, nope.
Nope. What?
No, you didn't make a bad decision. Clearly, this was the best one for you. So, yes, it is the very best.
All right.
Yeah,
That answers that question clearly. Haha.
pretty clearly.
Patty is next. What is coming for me ahead in work? Oh, yep. Must have known about the work week ahead. There we go.
Work week ahead. Oh, time to make the donuts. Okay. Work week ahead. I'm probably dating myself, but that's okay. Okay, so I do see that there will be some clarity about stuff that has quite a few people stressed, including you. So look for clarity. And I think that they might be there might be an avenue for new income. So I think they may be offering overtime or something like that. Maybe hazard pay. Okay, so yeah, the work week is going to end on a very good note. So yeah, there is something coming up about, it just feels like if you do this, you get 50 cents more an hour or something like that. But I think it's more than 50 cents an hour, by the way. But yeah, there's something new and pretty good coming your way in work. And you will find out by Friday. Got that Ace of Cups.
Next we have Glenifa.
Hi,
I was
Glenifa.
looking for a love reading. Well, actually, for an L9VE reading.
Which is love times 3. Hola. Don't you come back no more. Okay, so. Yeah. Reading or anything I should know. Okay, so. What does Glenifa need to know? Love reading. Mhm. Okay, so the main card here is the Magician, which is about manifestation. And the advice they give is, first off, you got to put him first. So there are going to be times, I'm not saying isolate yourself or anything like that, but he needs more alone time with you. So it hasn't really reached the point where you want it to be yet. When I look at the Nine of Cups, that's kind of a recommendation. A, spend more time with them, and B, this card says that you kind of pick a bit, and find reasons not to be happy. Quit doing that, and quit picking at him.
We'll come right back to the questions, folks, but first we have to do some ego stroking because Chris is flipping out about you not having talked about being on his show tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yes. And if you look below, there is a link to the show, and I have been interviewed by...
Below what?
What?
Like, if you look below for a link to the show, there's no link anywhere yet.
Well, yeah, but I changed the description before the show.
What?
So I already put the links in the description, folks.
Oh.
Yes. And he did interview me. It's on tape. It's an awesome interview. And that would be the Haunting Live podcast. And as you can see, there are 2 links below, one for YouTube and one for Podbean.
Okay. And Chris, when's your show on? All right, moving back to the questions. Next, we got Kira, or is it Kyra?
Kira.
He went from talking marriage, saying I'm his soulmate and wanting to be close 24/7 to pulling away. What happened to his feelings? They were painted on.
No, that's not the issue at all. Yeah. You know, he's more worried. You know, don't worry about that part because he's away from you right now. He's worried about you. You know, so there's a little bit of the green-eyed monster happening. Yeah, yeah, and I think it's pretty normal for the situation he's in, because it feels like, you know, the six of Pentacles is saying that his ability to communicate with you is limited, so he can't say everything he wants to say, good, bad, or indifferent. But right now, he's in a situation where he's basically questioning everything. He's questioning his life decisions. He's questioning whether he's going to be happy doing what he's doing. So, you know, you're just part of it. But don't worry, this guy loves you. I know he does. I know he does. I know he does. I know he does. See, you're worrying about disaster. It's just not going to happen. That's reversed. Okay.
All right, Kara. Next, we got Nancy Ray.
Nancy Ray.
Do you see me in a loving relationship this year?
Okay, Nancy Ray. Ooh, yes, that's the quick answer. Look at that. This card came flipping out. So, yes, there is a new relationship coming this year. You have the world. I guess you've waited patiently.
Okay. Is that done?
Yeah.
Dorella is next. Will my son marry his current girlfriend? Hell no, she hasn't passed his tests.
Ooh, wait a second. Where are you? There we are. Son marry his current girlfriend. Well, at least it started out that way. But it does look like he's kind of going into he's kind of pulling into himself right now. Okay. But things happen. Yes, he will. And I really don't think it's going to be too long that he chooses to marry his girlfriend. You know, and all the time I'm kind of shuffling the cards. One of the things I picked up on was that, you know, he this girl's really sweet, and she's trying to get along. You know, she's not just trying to, you know, forge a relationship with him. She's trying to forge a relationship with her family. And for some reason, he doesn't like that. And of course, can't say anything about it because how petty does that sound? I don't want you making friends with my mother. He's still got a little bit of the teenage angst in him. But yeah. They will marry.
Cool. Jeez. Wow. My throat's not doing well.
Okay.
Cool Libra.
Cool Libra.
Oh, there we go. You can get it out.
And Cool Libra wants reading using the roots. And keep in mind, I am going to be at the Midsummer Night Market at in Stratford on Lorne Avenue at the Army Navy. Okay, so reading using the runes. There we go. Okay, cool, Libra. Looking at the ones that are coming up, it says that your life is moving forward. It's important for you to remember that there are people to help you. You know, that you're not alone, and don't act like you're alone. Because the key to your success is learning to work with other people. To learn that symbiosis, right? And if you try and do it on your own, past will come back and haunt you. But if you whatever you do, make sure you accept the help. And everything's a team project. So don't be a lone wolf. And this does show that you're strong and more than a little bit stubborn. And you might want to change that stubbornness again to bring it forward, and yes, accept help and let other people come in and join your projects.
Oh. So I was corrected by Chris. It's not Chris' show, it's Trevor's show.
It is.
Yeah.
And Trevor always gives a really good interview. Okay.
Jasmina Iva, what awaits me in July? Sunburn, mosquito bites, and smoky clothes.
All right. Jasmina, what awaits me in July? Wow, this one's on its side. You can move forward in love, which is very good. You can move forward in a successful way for love. And it does look like you've got a little bit more prosperity coming in July. Remember what you want in a situation, okay? This is the Rune of the Hunter. It says what you look for will be planted. But then I got the image of a bunch of oak saplings. And you can plant a bunch of oak saplings in your front yard, but you can't grow that many oak trees. So whatever you're working on is going to get bigger. So don't overload yourself. Yeah, this one says this is Thagos, and it does say that things are going to start changing for you pretty fast. And love comes forward very well aspected. And you have Uru's wild ox. So that's strength and stability. Okay.
Toxic Waif is next. What does the upcoming month hold for me?
Oh, what? Just saw a picture of you with Mary. You guys are so cute. Okay, so. Well, what's this, the upcoming? And I just have the runes in my hands, honey. That's why I'm using them. Okay, so the upcoming months, it does look like this right here says, because you provided for some of the future, some of the things you put in place, and I'd like to say it's something nice, but they keep saying restraining order, restraining order. So whatever you did to keep somebody away from you, you did the right thing, and that's going to come back and pay off in a very big way. So if you think that your past response to unpleasant situations has been overkill, it hasn't. It also says that relationships go very well. I do get a new life coming into your into your home, shall we say. And usually I say B is for baby, but this feels like B is for birdie. Which I don't know whether you're a bird person or not, but everyone seems to think that you're going to have a bird that adopts you, and that's the way it feels. Like a little canary just flies into your house and won't leave. You're my person. It also says that this is the Rune of the Hunter. So this tells you about what you want to hunt for. And this is Tiwaz, which is associated with Tyr, was a Norse god of truth and justice. And so it says, keep hunting the truth. Sometimes that's not always the easiest thing to do, but it seems like Spirit would like you to do that. Okay.
And moving on to XOXO.
XOXO.
Looking for guidance for the week.
Guidance for XOXO. Gorilla become an admin. Did you make your Gorilla an admin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Moderator.
Moderator. Okay. Okay. Guidance for the week from XOXO. We assign all the notes to this person I stalk. Okay. Hope for the week. Wow. All right, we're going to focus on these two, and you know they're related because they're two reverse fives, and five could be a number of conflict, and it feels like this is conflict around, you know, your future stability, who really supports you and who doesn't, and it looks like you have recently kind of sorted that out. So I think you've already gotten rid of some toxic people, but you have had an epiphany that, you know, this isn't good for me and that isn't good for me. So the cards do say that you've been working pretty hard at making things right for yourself. And the cards also say, and the Page of Pentacles, and that's a new opportunity that you can grab. It says this is a good time for you to plan a new business. Okay.
Okay. Carrie Ann Medina. Will Nixon and I be together?
Nixon, you like Nixon? Okay. Again, dating myself. Will Nixon and I be together? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you don't have to wait anymore. Yeah, you guys will be together. Air and fire. Boy, you guys are blowtorch.
Experiment C. Up and coming birthday would like a reading.
Okay.
Well,
Everybody wish Experiment C happy birthday. Also, send some positive energies to Edna. Edna is not doing well, and there are some cheerful people around her. So see if you can't send a little healing energy her way. Maybe find a way she can stick around a little bit longer. Okay, so birthday reading for Experiment C. Is this like a major birthday, like when you turn 30 or 40? Because it says that you're looking ahead, but you feel like you've got so much behind you, and also you're trying to get over worrying about what other people think. Don't worry about what other people think. My brother Mike used to say, "Blank them if they can't take a joke," and that's a word I won't say on the show, but was blank them if they can't take a joke. And that's the attitude that you have to have for the next little while, because it shows that you can be the emperor, you can be the one in control, and you can end up in a very powerful position. So know what you want and voice that.
Okay, one last question. Always Protected wants to know, what's the cat who keeps visiting me every day? I feed him, of course. Think of me.
Oh boy. There's always the thing about dogs and cats, like a dog will look at people and go, they feed me and house me. They must be gods. And the cat looks at people and says, they feed me and house me. I must be a god. Okay, so what does the cat think? Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so it's kind of like this kitty cat has added another restaurant to his daily routine, but he's pretty happy and he likes the food you're giving him, so he's happy with you. But again, no, the cat thinks he's a god. They're confused.
All right. That was the last question.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you tell your friends and listen to our interview with Haunting Live. Links right down there. And have a great week.